Okay. We are live. Hello, everyone. Alex Koloskov is here, your buddy from Photigy School of Photography. Hello, how you doing? I'm broadcasting now on YouTube and Facebook. But guys, if you watch me on Facebook, there is a link to YouTube videos, so you can use chat to talk to me. And how you doing? Hello. Yachuk? Hello. Okay, awesome. Good evening from Spain. It's almost, well, it's not the morning, it's my almost morning. It's 1 p.m. in California. Vijay, hello guys. So today will be shorter talk, okay? Today we do have things to review, okay? I'm gonna share Photigy challenge. We have some cool submissions, and I'm not going to shoot anything, even though we have things over there. But yesterday we had this our workshop. It was 2.5 hours. Wow, lots of things. We talked about, and it was shooting, it was some post-production, so thank you guys if you joined me. It was a lot of people with us, and today it will be shorter version, so no shooting today, more talk and review. I'll do my best, plus the announcement for the next Friday talk. Next Friday we will have a workshop for you guys. It will be polarized light. It will be a magic of polarized light. This is a very interesting topic. It's really like a magic, and I think it was to kind of come back because we had some time ago, maybe like a year ago, I did demonstrate something, but it was so many requests after I kind of mentioned this last time. We're gonna have workshop. So I'll shoot a lot. I mean, I'll show you how polarized light can be used for product photography. And don't mix it with polarized filter. It's a different thing. Even though, I mean, it's the same, but the technique, polarized filter is just a half of our equation, right? And what we're talking about, sample rate. And the whole thing, it will be about using polarized light, okay? So mark your calendars, next Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, here on Photigy YouTube. And guys, on Facebook, yes, let me check if it's live there. Yeah, we're all good there, but if you want to use the chat, make sure to jump on YouTube, okay? So let's see, Oslo, Norway, Germany, Panama, Bahrain, wow. Hello. How it's going on, all this pandemic stuff in your country, guys? Here in California, we're gonna wear masks like everywhere for almost like, it's just going on crazy. I mean, the last thing that they said that you need to wear it in public, and it's completely madness. I'm not going to go there, but it's just madness because masks are not really working well, and it was told by doctors and by World Health Organization that it's not preventing anything except, well, it makes you breathe your own exhale, which makes your carbon dioxide levels in your blood go higher, up to 30% higher carbon dioxide, and it's not a good thing, but that's what happened when you wear a mask for a long time, for more than 10 minutes. So crazy stuff. Anyway, I guess it's politics. We are photographers here, and we have passion. And the cool thing that it's not really, I mean, they cannot affect us here in the studio, right? This is the beauty of being product photographer. Everything is open, Carl. Well, here it's like open, not everything, but again, with mask, it's not gonna work. Like, in restaurants, and it's just crazy and it's really bad feeling, when you go around. I mean, the worst thing is that it's not working the way that they they intended. It's not really stopping anything, unfortunately. Anyway, let's talk about submissions, right? So last time it was the same thing for kind of level up the shot. Basically, you choose the shot somewhere online and you do a better version of it. And what's cool this time, that some of you guys have selected not so-so shot, not so-so image, but really good one. I mean, it's like, you know, some ads, for example, super professional, the real ads, you know, it was probably tons of money put to that shot and try to recreate it. This is cool. I really like it. Okay, so let me share my screen. Here it is. This time will be just directly, you know, so you see how it happens on our site. There is Photigy challenge tag on Instagram. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. But I'm not looking at top posts, even though there are some cool top posts. I'm looking at most recent, right? Most recent shots. And it should be, if I open the shot, it should be saying that it's Photigy challenge for specific date. Not just Photigy challenge, because it could be, well, you could add tag to your old photo or whatever. I know that it was submitted for today. So thank you so much, Dream Colors Photograph, to do this, right? And we have several images like this. We have some cool images, really awesome images like this, for example. That it just Photigy challenge. It's new photo. I see it submitted 18 hours ago. But it's not saying that it was submitted for this challenge. It's not for, guys, you need to tell specifically the date of the challenge. It's Friday, basically next submission should be for next Friday, to be considered as a part of this challenge where I select the winner, who will get any course at Photigy completely free. So it's like, it's a prize, okay? Unfortunately, for example, this photo is not qualified, unfortunately. So please stick to the rules, really. I mean, it's super simple. You just need to state that, for example, this one was, you need to submit inspiration because you're kind of trying to repeat it. But the main thing is this, right? You need to put it for the challenge for the date, okay? And if you did level up shot, then you need to add the link of your inspiration. Okay, Istanbul. So let's talk. Let's see what is going on, and let's talk. Let's first find the shot that was inspiration, source of inspiration. Unfortunately, I don't think I can open this. It's not really load anything, yeah, so it's not active. That means somebody didn't pay for the hosting for this, for portfolio, which is said. And this is the shot. It's not really professional shot, I could say. And this is the sort of like level up. So, what I can tell, that's cool. It's good in many, kind of aspects, but I want to talk about, as usual, things that is not good here. So, first, lighting. No, let's do this. I'll talk about things that struck me immediately, that I noticed right away when I look at the shot before I even start analyzing. So it's even better. It will be even better because this is probably will happen not only with me, but with other viewers as well. So the subject, the main subject, is not clean. Clean, I mean, we enhance look of our images of our subjects, talking about product photography, in Photoshop. We not rely on as-is look, and this is where it should be fixed. things like this. What is going on with that? It may be a real surface. It may be not perfect, but we don't care. As a photographer, you need to make it look perfect. So it doesn't look good. With all that reflection, with whatever is going on, it's not good. Okay? So, this area, okay, what needs to be fixed? And I immediately kind of see it, what is going on. Then we have this, and most likely it's glossy, right? Okay, 1 second, guys. So I'll jump in back to answer questions about challenge, since I don't want them go away. Attila, no, you didn't miss. Do you have to be a member in order to enter? It's not quite clear. Tender, no, you don't need to be a member. To submit the image on Instagram with the correct tag and correct description, you don't need to be a member, right? And you've seen I just load Instagram, what you see on your screen, it's instagram.com. I mean, and I just pull in it from there. And all previous challenges, we did pull images from Instagram, so you don't need to be any member. But when you get a course, of course, you need to register to watch it. So no member. Okay, yeah, thank you, Philip, your answer. Yes. Okay, so we're good to go. I didn't see that it was answered. So second thing here, glossy cap, right? It's supposed to, I think it is glossy, but it doesn't look like glossy. It doesn't look like glossy. Why? Tell me, who can tell me, who can send me a message saying why it doesn't look really glossy? What is going on here? It's like, you see, same error all the time. I kind of showing it every time. I can probably do just the same shot of, well, let's say bottle of wine and just show how it's wrong. And yesterday it was, the thing that I was showing on the workshop, like, it's just wrong. It even looks kind of nice because it has some nice reflection. But the wrongness is this. Sharp cut-off line. It's not sharp, it's blurry. And the only surface that can reflect something with fuzzy line between black and bright, because usually bright, it's a window, it's something with sharp edges. The light sources, most of light sources that are around us, natural light sources, are sharp edges. And it should be always sharp cut-off line, sharp line that divides black and bright on a glossy surface. Only photographer with the diffuser can play with this and kind of tweak it. We can use the diffuser and make a spot on a diffuser that will reflect like this without sharp line, because it was no sharp line on the diffuser between black and bright. And I see this all the time. I don't know why you're doing this, guys. I don't know. It's super easy to add sharp line. And it's not a diffuser, no. And gradient, it's another thing. Gradient, of course, but even without gradient, it's okay. It's okay to do, for example, it's not that huge part of the subject is glossy, so we may not need to have it with gradient. It's fine. Gradient looks better, in my opinion. But you may kind of do just straight reflection, if you like it. But make sharp edges. At least one edge should be sharp. Otherwise, it won't look glossy. Same thing all the time. You understand? And this is what differentiates professional from not so. Really, simple stuff. I'm sure this guy knows how to do this, but I don't know why. Thank you, Tender. Tender saying thank you that he's enjoying the platform since he subscribed and channel and everything. I learned quite a bit around product photography. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you, Tender. I'm glad to hear this. So, next, what is going on here? Then, if you would have the gradient or at least sharp cut-off line, it would be better. Of course, when we shoot stuff like this, I do prefer edge light on other side. It's not a mistake not to do it. It's sort of like it's artistic look. That's fine, but it will just look better if you would have sharp edge. Since we have light on one side, soft light. It was through diffuser. I'm sure it was through diffuser because softbox won't give you this fuzzy line. If it will be just a softbox, it will be sharp cutoff line. So, still, it's cool when we have the edge on the other side. But even without edge, it's sort of okay. Just saying that it could be improved if you would have it. Then we have spot behind, right? And you see, splash with that spot at least look better than on a black background, right? It looks better. But if you look, well, you will see what images I'll be talking about after that. There are some cool examples. Your spot that you have behind is too dark, in my opinion. It could be brighter. Brighter spot will bring a little bit more attention to the center where we have the dark subject. It's sort of black on black. That's fine, but it could be brighter, and it will tremendously help for splashes to look good. Okay, spot. And the main thing now, since it's highly dynamic shot, it's just like, woo, there is a splash going on. Splash shape. It just, if you look any image, almost any image from, well, I think, no, all of them, from high-end, no, the cosmetic may not be high-end, but it's just a big brand. It could be cheap cosmetic, whatever, but it's a large brand. They have money to pay advertising agency, photographer, everything to make things right. And if you look at the splashes, whatever they use, most cases, it's nice shape. This is the big distinction, again, between professional and not. If you can just throw the splash, throw the water, and it hit your subject and it does boom, it's not enough. Almost anyone with 2 speed lights, really, 2 speed lights and 30 minutes, and anyone can do this shot. Because you have 1 speed light. Speed light, why I'm saying speed light? Because you didn't even have, some crazy equipment for this, right? Speed lights can stop action. It's really short flash duration light. So that's kind of fine. So 1 light through the diffuser, another light, well, there is, actually, yeah, I think, no, it was, no, 2 lights here, and 1 for the background. And then just throw a splash. You throw it a few times and then combine in Photoshop. It's easy to do, but for us, for photographers who want to make money doing product photography, you need to be above this. You need to do the way that it cannot be easily replicated. Nobody, you can share like any secrets of what you do, and still people won't be able to do the same easily. Why? Splash is one of those things. Splashes, to get nice shaped splash, it's like, well, you do it with your hand. It's sculpting. It's an art of throwing splash. It's really like an art, and it can be done by stranger, just like this. You need to spend time. You need to spend maybe days. I remember I was spending literally days in studio throwing those damn splashes before I get shapes that I liked. And it did work for me on the long run. People start noticing my photography as, like, hey, this guy shoot splashes cool. It was like 15 years ago. It started, yeah, about maybe a little bit less, 13. But I was known as the guy who doing splashes, cool splash photography. Why? Because I spent tremendous amount of time throwing those damn splashes. So that's what you need to do. Little by little, if you will do only cool stuff, you'll be noticed. And people will come specifically to you to work with you. They want to pay money to you, not to somebody else who can do this similar stuff. Because you'll be able to do something that cannot be repeated easily. Splash photography is one of the things where it's not just technique. This is something that it's like an art. You cannot just do it, okay? Otherwise, cool shot. So, thank you. Good job, good job. Next one, And this is, again, it has... so we all good? Okay, I'm on the chat. By the way, guys, if you have something to say about image that I am reviewing, go ahead, post your comment. I'll be glad to hear your opinion. Maybe I didn't notice something, or maybe there is another way to see things and interpret it differently. So feel free. It's cool. I mean, I want dialogue, okay? So just comment. Okay, this one from Storia. By the way, let's follow these guys. You can type the name and let's follow, because it's like I like and I do follow. Okay, and same here. Of course I like and I do follow. They do this. I mean, they take the challenge, and it should be rewarded in any case. Really, I mean, it's really good that it's happening, especially in this crazy world these days. So, this is the shot, and this is the shot that it was inspired by. The case when this is like, it's a big, as I understand, big brand. I mean, brand is big. This is real official advertisement. I think it was official advertisement for them, and it's a brave move to kind of do the same or improve it, I would say. So let's see here. John saying horizon line is distracting. Interesting. I didn't notice it. What I see here, first of all, it's a really good shot. I mean, this is good. It's well balanced. It has no visible, at least immediately visible issues. I don't see anything that I would say done wrong here. Really, because the cap is matte. At least this is my. This is how I see it. Come on. What is going on here? This is matte, and it's okay to look like this. If it's not matte, then I'm really wrong, and it was shot wrong. But I think it's kind of it's not glossy. Okay. The horizon line, I don't feel any issues with horizon line. It's a little bit close to the end of the bottle. You know, we should avoid anything that kind of gets too close to each other. Either we need to really connect it. It's kind of strange situation, but possible, or it should be. But it's fine. I mean, I don't think big problem here. It's okay. What is missing here? And I was kind of thinking, what is missing? There are, if I look here, okay, if I look here and I look here, if I put aside all the difference in color and in subject, there is something. Tell me what it is. You should see the same. This one is way more brighter. It has way more kind of impact, visual impact, immediate. Even though it's very similar type of perfume jar, right? It's a similar, but this doesn't have enough bright lines, bright areas on the image. It's just not bright enough for the advertisement, for this type of placement. Because look at this. Here we have this beautiful lines that goes all the way down. Sometimes actually not, you know, not on the same, but it's fine. I mean, not symmetrical. We have reflection. We have bright, super bright refraction on the bottle itself. Okay, I'm not talking about this glossy stuff and glossy cap. We don't have such glossy cap. That's talking about glass. You see, the glass is brightest. Well, again, if I put aside the glossy part, the glossy plastic, but the glass is the brightest part of the image. Those lines, and here we lost it. Oops, no, this one. Okay, it's just a dull. The cap is glossy? Hamoud is saying the cap is glossy? Okay, let me check. Wow. What is going on? BL, V for home. Let's see. That's interesting check. Okay, so we do have it glossy. Huh, is it really glossy? Hamoudi, well, you're a great investigator. Okay, this is the real one. I mean, it's just like a phone shot. Yeah, it's glossy, guys. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is glossy. So, new. I mean, I couldn't imagine that it's glossy. It's so matte. It just, maybe there is a different version of it. But no, it's glossy. So, yeah, I'm sorry, man. You just, well, you see, you fooled me around. I mean, that's just, wow. So, beside the brightness of the glass that I'm saying, it should have some specular reflections on the glass. The cap should be glossy. Oh, it's matte. Okay. Shit, this 20-minute delay, it just like... Okay, because it's so matte. I couldn't imagine how glossy it could be like this, even with all the diffusers and stuff like that. Селедку в студию. Okay, so then just the glass. I hope there won't be a third opinion. Then the glass should have brighter reflections, and it may be or may not. You may have brighter spot behind, but it's not. I don't think the spot could be brighter. That's fine to have it like this. Get some reflections. No, Hamoudi, you're right. I mean, there are different versions because this is what I showed. It's exactly glossy, but well, maybe there is a matte version. I don't know. It's really anyway. You understand both ways. It could be done glossy, it could be done matte, but it should be bright, it should be brighter. Guys, if you have glass is highly reflective surface. Let's add, most of the time, let's add some specular reflections. It will look nice, it will look like, you know, like a little bit like gemstone at some point. Look at this, right? These areas, they just shiny and they look cool, okay? Plus, of course, brighter spot will make a difference, big difference. So I would encourage you to make brighter spot, okay, brighter spot behind. Because you see, here it's a really bright area. And that gradient just look amazing. So it's really bright spot and it's smaller. That gradient look amazing. You do have it, but you kind of make it all very soft. Okay, upper perspective reduce the impact. I see. Interesting observation, Muin. Thank you. Yeah, so this one was photographed a little bit from the bottom. You can easily tell because you see the bottom of the cap, right? Not the top. And this is very common. I mean, it's a beautiful comment, Muin. Beautiful addition to my critique. Yes, I do the same. When I shoot just a bottle of, or jar or whatever alone, even like a bottle of wine, I tend to shoot it slightly from below. It looks better, not from above, okay? It just kind of make it like smaller, and we kind of need to put it onto pedestal, sort of like, wow, it's a huge, it just, psychological impact will be different if you shoot it slightly from below. And it's fine to shoot like that, don't get me wrong. It's fine completely. Just, it will, you know, it look a little bit more, how is that? Reduce the impact, yeah, reduce the impact, exactly. Alrighty, let's move to the next one. Thank you, it was good. So this one, I'm not going to talk much, unfortunately, because it's not for this submission. But on my opinion, this is a great shot. I mean, this is really good shot. I love the splash. And the only splash makes it, basically. It's not an indifference. The whole thing is about that splash. And it immediately grabs tons of attention. This is what I was talking about here, right? That kind of splash should be here. And bright, and so on. Because it's super cool here. And Darius, it's all cool. The cap looks amazingly good, no problem there. You could have some little bit more specular reflection on the bottle, I think. But again, it's just little. Okay. Otherwise, this is super cool. I love this splash. The shape, it fits so well in what you did here. I mean, it just. Alrighty. Let's move to, well, this is just, again, you see, no colors, and this is white. It's some really old, and it doesn't work. This is for the challenge, Ned's. We have this Ned's photo submitted, right? And all is correct. It's for 19 June, and there is inspiration. And the inspiration is coming from this image from Vitaly Zorkin. Vitaly, one of our students, one of the best students. He's great. And this is super cool shot. But I'm going to talk about this one. So again, by the way, guys, you see it was shot from below, and this was shot from below as well. Okay. So what do we have here? We have lots of colors, first of all. Lots of colors. Visually, the image is really nice. I like it. Because it's really bright, okay? It's really bright. It's not anemic image like the previous one when it was lack of reflections and everything. It looks good. The perspective looks good. It's all straight, even though it was shots from below. We have nice reflections. The cap, it's cool too. We do have some, a little bit of lines, but it's fine. Even though I would prefer to have this might be black. Why didn't put it black line here? I don't know. It will look nice. You could do it in Photoshop. Even in Photoshop, just make it, this dark and this, and do the whole thing dark. It will be, some bright side, then dark, and then some sort of like a gradient on the other side. It's fine, but it's up to you. Even though, like I said, I think it would look better with black reflection. But the colors, something is going on. What is going on with the background spot? Why it has such, transition between almost orange, yellowish into greenish? I have no idea why you did it. I mean, it's like, let me look at this shot. Yeah, there is some color, but I think it comes from the liquid by itself. It's not clear liquid here. The rest is just, a little bit yellowish, but most of the thing is grayish, right? John saying that I really dig the complementary colors. That's cool, it's complementary colors, but I don't think it's it worth to do this thing for the background. Again, this is subjective. Of course, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake, it's up to the photographer. But somehow for me, it didn't work, okay? For me, it didn't work. I would love to see single color spot, same brightness. It actually looks really cool. Complementary to the gold, so yeah, yellowish, it's good. I would play which color would work, but definitely not greenish. All this green is not really coming well. There is no green on this picture, and it's greenish. It comes greenish. So, no green. Yellow, yes. Yellow and blue and gray and black, and it's super cool. So this is the biggest, I think, it's probably almost mistake, because this color doesn't belong here. What else? We do have a little bit light through. I assume that this is really dark bottle. If it is, then it's fine. If it's not that dark, maybe it should be a little bit brighter, in the middle, since we have really bright spot behind. Again, it's interesting to see how I can search it. brush, Jules, Sophia. Let's see. Kurashi. Kurashi, right? This, right? Unfortunately, I couldn't find this bottle. I don't see it, but most likely it's really dark. If it's not dark, then it should be brighter, because if it's like this, for example, it should be brighter. But anyway, let's assume that it was dark. So this is cool one. The rest, I don't think there are any issues. This is just a suggestion. When look at how positioned it was. This one, and you did it. When positioned this way, it's not, you know, just because you couldn't put horizon light, right? There is way more dynamic if we have a little bit more diagonal lines. And when you have it like this, it's a little bit more sort of like a flat, you know, psychologically flat, I would say, if it's just standing like this. Since we have bottle coming out of the table, kind of sticking out, it will start play better if you have the same diagonal line of that table. In my opinion, it will look better. The rest is just super cool. Alrighty, thank you. Let's move to next one. We do have a few to talk. For example, this one, again, it was, I'm not sure how, it's 1 day ago. So it was, no, 1 second. Wait, 1 day ago. Submission, but it's not for this one, so I'm not going to again spend time, but I can tell that I really like this shot. This is, you know, the idea of having the inside glowing so much, and again, complementary colors. It's just amazing. It's super cool, super cool. Again, if it's all glossy on top, it could be a little bit improved, but yeah. Again, if you want to full review, you need to submit for this specific day. Okay, day of the critique. Let's talk about, no, again, this is, we're not going to talk too much. Photigy challenge tag is there, but it's not for this challenge. It was not inspired with anything, there is no statement. However, it looks cool. I like reflections. It could have, I think, a little bit more play in terms of gradients, because there are gradients. I would probably try to make them even more visible, more contrast gradient, but it's cool. I like it. I like this is the right way to show metal. Oh man, Photigy challenge. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Okay. This is another shot that fits into this today's submissions from Carl Underwood Photography. Carl, cool effort, and this is what the workshop that inspired Carl to do. This is what we did with Artem Pisarevsky. I was shooting, he was eating. No, I mean he was he's doing post-production. It was super cool workshop. I miss it so much. That was just, and oh man, I was in jacket with all this. Anyway, we have even cool submissions, really good ones from our students. So let's go back to our shot. Carl, it's a good effort, but you have, you know what, let me do this. I need to see your other work, because it should be a story behind what you did. Okay, I see. So you're not first time here. I've seen your images a lot. You do things. and you really like, okay, so lots of Photigy inspired stuff. I'm wondering, you probably are a student, no? I think it is, because I definitely was critiquing this. So you are the student, right? I mean, you're member of Pro Club, I think. And here you have, well, in short, it doesn't look well because of first, colors, second, the way that you blend them, and many things that I was kind of screaming, I don't believe. It's like talking about post-production mostly, you know, the way that you blend the ketchup and the cheese. Why cheese look like it's not cheese, but you know, some, I don't know, like thick paper or whatever. Then the way that you put it. Remember how we are shooting it, right? We are suspending in the air, and it was flat. Each piece was flat. Then we can rotate it in Photoshop slightly to make it look nice. But you kind of, there is a mess. It's a mess when you put all together like this. You see there is distance visible. It's, well, let's look at our shot, right? Yes, it connects each layer. We don't see through, almost we don't see through, only one layer. However, there is a shadow between each layer, and shadow determines how far sort of it's flying from the previous layer. The shadow, a little bit darker shadow, it looks like it's closer, right? Like here, for example, it's almost like it's not flying, it's almost like it was placed. But here it's really dark shadow. Same here, and the way that we blend it, right? Lots of Photoshop work, and you miss that point. There is no Photoshop done well on your image. And it's really sad because, Carl, don't get me wrong, you put lots of efforts into this. I see it. But somehow, the result is not there. And really, like, I need to grab you, put next to Artyom, and Artyom need to show you how to place them nicely in Photoshop. Because you photographed them well. Most likely, I think it is, I mean, there is no big issue with photography since it's, you know, it's not super glossy stuff. It's relatively easy to shoot every piece separately. Yeah, I understand it's real cheese. It's real cheese. It just looked like this. Why it looked like that? I mean, like it's not real. It's almost like, you know, like coconut, you know, thing, or I mean, it's too white. So it's post-production. Most of the time it's post-production. And please look at what Artyom was showing here. It's how much? It's almost 2 hours. With all this, you know, 2 hours workshop from Artyom, how he put together all, you know, my shootings. It should really answer your, well, answer my concerns about your photo. Really. Okay, so thank you for participating. You did a lot of work, but you need to kind of finish it so the end result look, well, kind of worth all the effort that you put in. Really, Carl. It should be more refined work in Photoshop, and you know, the way that you placed those layers. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Oh, okay, you're done before you look at the tutorial. Okay, I see now. So now it's, if you have source, or I'm sure you have those raw files, you can watch it and redo, because there's good potential over there, but it's just not there. Alrighty. Legit, yeah, this is cool one, yeah. Legit saying thank you for feedback. Again, do it right time, and I'll talk more about this next time. We just need to stick to the rules. It helps to, you know, to organize the whole process. We don't, well, there are some tags added. It's not for this submission, and It's not, most of it, not a product photography. This is a little bit like a product photography, but not much. Not going to talk today because we may have more shots. This is cool one too. Yeah, that's nice. Cool idea. Yeah, this is not a product photography, unfortunately. This one is super good one, but not for this challenge. But the way that it's done, I love it, except one little thing, except the top one. It's super nice and glossy cap, and it's actually it's interesting. It's like it's a part of the brand. You know, the top. It's like a logo, and you completely missed it. I mean, you have bright image, all is good, refraction a little bit, you know, reflects on the glass, beautiful spot, all these bubbles, super cool, and you completely killed the top. Metal needs work. Metal needs nice diffusion. Metal needs nice spot behind the diffuser. It's super easy to shoot it nicely. Just, you know, man, just place the diffuser, the damn diffuser, next to the camera and have a spot behind it. And if needed, you do sharp cutoff line by placing the black paper somewhere on that spot. If you need to cut half of it, for example, just place black paper and it will be boom if you need it. If not, just leave a spot. And it will be cool. Why you missed it, I don't know. Anyway, this is one more submission for this talk. It's a splash. It's a cool splash, and this is the inspiration for that. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. It's a good example. It's good shots. Simon Lyle Ricci, professional. I'm sure that he has beautiful portfolio. Right, e-commerce. Yeah, cool stuff. It's a good source for inspiration, definitely. And we have this image. Wait, this one. What is going on? We lost it. Anyway, you've seen it. Let's talk about this. So, dream colors photographer. You did good job. I mean, there are tons of efforts, and it's not an easy shot to shoot white on white. And we do have, I'm not sure if you been there, but we do have a course which kind of very similar to this, at least with one shot. Wait a minute, this one, cosmetic splash. It's cool. So we shoot black on black, white on white, and so on. So for example, this one. This is similar, okay? Similar idea. White subject on a white background, which is splash, which is liquid. You did very similar. But here you have, you a little bit missed that contrast that separates things from one from another. And it's a challenge, and like I said, you did a good job, but white on white, it's gonna be lost on a white background, white subject. How to make it to stand out, to be really visible? Shadows. We don't have much colors here, right? All the colors are on the label, so, and there is no colored light. So it's basically shadows that will separate each piece. There are three pieces here, right? The background, white, then the splash, white, and then the subject by itself, white too, right? And look at what I did here. We do have lots of shadows. Shadow from the splash. So I want splash to be visible. How I can make splash visible on this white background? Actually, the background, you understand, it was just real paint. Shadow. Then there is a shadow on the edges. most of the time it's a shadow. Or, for example, like here, we do have bright edge, but it's a shadow behind it. So separation. Then look at edges of the jar of this cream. Dark lines, right? It separates. So every piece is really separated. And then we have nice reflection, actually a little gradient even, because the biggest part of the cream of the jar is darker than the background, right? It's darker. This area is darker, and this is kind of, you have reflection. So what you could do, you did on this side, you did it well. It's quite visible. And here, where I'm saying that you lost a little bit. It's bright on bright on bright. It's just, so separation by shadows. Make sure that it's not getting lost. I'm not sure, guys, how you see it. Unfortunately, video quality can be, I mean, the dynamic range of this video streaming could be even worse than what I see. But there are visible details, but not much. So this is the main issue here. The rest looks good. You have reflection, you have everything. Just right side getting lost. And the splash by itself, well, it's always the hardest part, you know, to make a nice splash. Again, remember what I was showing you, how I did. It was so many attempts to get this, really. And it was not done by throwing the jar inside. If you've seen the course. If not, take a look. It's easier to shoot. Of course, it's composite image. But first we did splash, then we did jar, then we put together in Photoshop. You probably did the same. But these guys, they look like, you know, some like some strange animals coming from behind the bottle. The splash, again, splash can make a big difference. Can make big difference here if you kind of get it nicely. Guys, for anyone who's looking for splashes, come on, we do have these splashes, and we do have really good pricing for it. If you look like on this pack, you will see how much it costs per image. Super, you buy it and you don't need to ever do splash photography. You can just reuse it for your needs. But if you would get, for example, this pack, white on white, you can get with what, do we have content here? Yeah, you can even see what kind of splashes. There are hundreds of them, right? And these type of splashes, you can pick whatever you want and place it on your image without doing mess. But it will look cool, because you see how we did it. I did it right. It has already edges, and it's on white background. So whatever, of course, you cut it out, but whatever you background you put it on, it will look nice. I mean, if it's bright background. Okay, there are tons of splashes, and with them, I mean, if you shoot yourself, it's fine. They just should look sexy. Okay, they should look sexy. This is main thing that, again, missing here. But again, this is cool. Thank you for doing this awesome shot. And well, but of course I'm kind of talking about things that is not done right. Okay, I think that's it. I think this is it. Yes, we have submissions, but it's all old. It's 1 week old, yeah, and it's all gone basically. So thank you so much, guys. It was super cool submission. Even though it was not many, but there are really good stuff. And like I said, unfortunately, it's not everything fit into this. Man, I need to follow you. You have, I hope it's your image, because you have 0 followers. I mean, Darius, I think maybe it was Photigy already. Somehow I feel like your name is there. Anyway, I like it, but unfortunately it's not fitting well. Now it's time to select the winner. By the way, if you like the show, please like this video. Please like it, share, and remember about next Friday. It will be a workshop about polarized light, using polarized light to do magic in product photography. it was inspired by this course. I'll show you some secrets. I'll show you some secrets. If you want to kind of jump yourself and learn it, that's completely fine. We do have polarized light course for the for jewelry. It's probably the best use of it. Polarized light for jewelry. But again, next Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be here showing you some magic. So, Carl, I'm following you. I do. No, now I do. No, I like it. Thanks. So, da-da-da. The winner. The winner is, again, I'm choosing only that had description stating that it was submitted for today's challenge. And the winner is this. Okay, Neds, congratulations, amazing work. Great inspiration and great result. Now please contact our support team either way and choose the course that you like to get as your prize. Congratulations. Nice, wow. White Shook saying we should please. Alex, really enjoying the certification course here. I'm in the middle of lesson 3 and 4. Awesome, awesome, great. Glad to hear. Yeah, congratulations. So this is it, guys. If you have anything to ask me about photography or not, I'm here for a few more minutes to answer. Feel free. I mean, anything that you may have for me and kind of afraid to ask, you can ask. You can do it now. And next challenge. We can do polarized light because it will be a workshop. So after that, it will be polarized light challenge. Next challenge, let's keep it the same. I kind of really like this idea of you getting inspired by some shot. You can make improvements, so you can pick the shot which, on your opinion, is not good enough and enhance it, do your own version of it, which is better. Or you can pick the shot which is really cool and you think, wow, this is awesome, and you do even better. You can always aim better, but you need to do at least as good as this. So grab it, do your work, do your best, submit it with the tag Photigy challenge. First thing. Second thing, you need to state that it will be for challenge on what's the next date? 26, right? For the June 26 Photigy challenge, and then you add the link of the image that inspired you to do so, and I'll review it, okay, next Friday, and choose the winner who will get any course except certification program from Photigy. Okay. So this is your, but please don't forget to do the right thing in description. You have to state it, again, I'm repeating it, guys. You need to state this Photigy challenge, then June 26th, and then it was inspired by, and the link that was inspiration. Already? Already looks like no questions, so we're good to go. Guys, it was a pleasure seeing you. Well, I didn't see you, but when I read this chat, it's really like, literally, I'm like seeing you. So it was a pleasure. Thank you for being with me for this hour. Thank you for those who participated on the challenge. Again, it's a lot. It's especially during these crazy times that we have in 2020, just amazing year, you know, 2020, and all kind of things, all the metaphysics or not metaphysics. It's just a crazy year. But those of you who can stick doing what you truly love to do, you know, your passion, this what makes this world basically the good place to be. Otherwise, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm probably not a really good inspirational speaker, but get your inspiration and live with it. See you next Friday. Again, like this video, and be prepared for Friday 1 p.m. Pacific time. It will be polarized light workshop right here in the studio. And have a good weekend. Spend with your friends, family, people you love, and, well, be your best, do your best. What about next week challenge? Muin, I tell the same thing. You choose the image and do your best to do better, okay? And this is basically the same. There is no difference, because I really like when we have two images and see the difference and see how it works, okay? Thank you, Tender. And do not forget to like, well, I'm gonna go through all the submissions, and I like and follow everyone. Really, I like and follow everyone. Actually, I need to do it with my personal account on Instagram as well. Okay, guys, see you next Friday. Goodbye.